Uh, 1 minute, guys. Okay, great. Hmm. So here only 11 students are there. Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Till that time, if you have any questions, you can write in the chat. Okay, great. So here, hello Amrendra, hello Madhu, hi Hari, hello Sumer. Yeah, great. So let's start our session. So let's discuss the agenda of today's session, guys. So the today's session is all about your like the remaining data type, that is our float and double. And after that, we are moving toward the control statement. Okay. So we have different control statement. We will be seeing how to implement those control statement with the help of some examples, right? Yeah. So let me share my screen. Okay. Uh, Give me 1 minute. So guys, yesterday we have discussed about integer and character data types, right? So today we will be starting with float and double. So guys, do you know anything about float and double? Please write in the chat. Okay, let me share my screen till that time. Please write in the chat, okay? Float and double, guys. Decimal values, float is used for decimal value, correct? So guys, here they are correct. No, sir, I am complete beginner. So those like yesterday we have discussed about integer, how to store integer kind of data. We have discussed about character, how to store character kind of data, right? And now we have to store data that is having some decimal values, right? Like 2.345 or like any number, right? That is 23.1345, like this. So these are what? These are my floating point number here, right? Floating point number here, right? So if I have to store a floating point data, there are two ways. The first way is what? We can use either float data type or we can use double. Okay. So here either we can, if I have to hold floating point data, okay, floating numbers, then what I can do? Either I can use float or I can use double. Okay. The syntax of float is what? Here you have to write float, the data type will be float, and after that the name of the variable. Here the name of the variable is f, and after that you have to write 1.345, right? Similarly, if you have to store double data, okay, you have to write double, and it will be d, and after that 1345. So either I can store the decimal data in a variable, the name the data type of the variable is what? Float. Similarly, I can store the data, that is the decimal data, in a variable, and the data type is what? Double. But what is the key difference between float and double? Anyone from the audience? What is the key difference between float and double? Float is used for decimal values, correct. Float and double both are used for the decimal values. Okay, decimal values. But what is the key difference between float and double, guys? Please write in the chat. Anyone? So the first difference is between them is what? Between them is what? About the size, right? The size of float is 4 byte. Okay, that means float variable occupies 4 bytes inside the computer memory. Similarly, the size of double is what? 8 bytes. That means double variable occupy 8 bytes inside the computer memory. This is the first difference between float and double, right? What is the second difference? Okay, anyone? Correct. Double holds 15 to 17 digit. Okay, yeah. So basically, for float, the decimal digit that you can print after, like the digits that you can print after decimal are what? It is 6, 6 up to 6, right? It is up to 6 decimal digit precision. It is having 6 up to 6 decimal digit precision, and here it is having up to 15 to 16, okay, decimal digit precision here. Okay, decimal digit precision here. That is after decimal, how many digits you can print on the output screen. So let's try to understand this with the help of example, right? So here, uh, yeah. So here, so let's create a variable that is float, and float f is equal to 1.2345, right? And after that, I want to print the value of float, right? So I will use printf here, and inside this I will write %f, and okay, %f is the format that you have to use to print floating number here, right? And after that, the name of the variable here, like this. So I'm done with the part. Let's run the code. Let's see. So here you can see, let's remove this part. Okay, let's comment this part and let's run again. So here you can see what I'm getting. I'm getting 1.2345 and after that 20. So by default, if you are printing a floating point number, okay, if you are printing a number and the data type of that variable is what? Float, it will print up to 6 digit after decimal. Okay, it will print up to 6 digit after decimal. And if you want to print some certain number of digit after decimal, you have to write it here, right? That is after percent. Here you have to write that is 0.3. So if I am writing 0.3 here, what will happen? Let's see. So here you can see the result. Now I am getting the data, but I am getting only 3 digit after decimal, right everyone? I am getting how many digit? I am getting 3 digit after decimal. So let's try to change. Okay, let's try to make it 5 here. So here you can see how many digit are there after decimal? 5, because here I have mentioned explicitly how many digit I want to print on the output screen after decimal, right? Similarly, if I have to do this part, okay, let's store the data in double d is equal to 1.23456, okay, like this. Let's see. And this one, okay, here the format is what? We have to use %lf, right? And here I have to write the name of the variable, that is d here, right? Let's see what output I will get now. Okay, so here it is saying ki, hey, I have to use a semicolon here, right? Yeah. And let's try to print the data of the second, this line number 13 to the next line. So I'm here at line number 10, I'm using /n here, right? So let's see. So here again you can see what I'm getting here, guys. I'm getting 1.234456, right? This one. Okay, so here for float we are saying ki, hey, like a float can print up to 6 decimal digit. Okay, 6 digit after decimal, 6 digit after decimal here. But for double we are saying ki, hey, it can print up to 15 digit after decimal. Okay, up to 15 digit after decimal here. So why I am getting up to 6 digit here also and here also, right? Why I am getting 6 digit after decimal? This is the default behavior. Okay, this is the default behavior, and here the default behavior is saying ki, hey, if you have to print any decimal digit, okay, if you have to print any decimal data, you can print up to 6 digit. Okay, so let's try to print up to 15 digit. Okay, let's try to write here, 1 minute, this one, and here let's try to specify 10. Okay, I want to print up to 10 digit after decimal, right? And here also let's try to specify 10, right? 10 here, and let's try to take the same data and print the data here, like store the data here, that is at line number 9, and let's see now what output I am getting. Okay, so if you will carefully observe this output, okay, here, if you will carefully observe the output for F, here you can see we are getting 2 3. Yes, we are having 2 3 after decimal. 4 4 4 4 5 5. Okay, 5 5 after 5 5. After this point, here you can see I am getting some random value. Okay, I am getting some random value in case of float. Why? Because we are saying ki, hey, for float can hold up to 6 digit after decimal. Okay, 6 digit after decimal. So if I am trying to print more than 6 digit after decimal for the floating number, I will get some random value, some garbage value here, right? Similarly, if I will see for double, I know for double I can print up to 15 digit after decimal, right? Digit after decimal. So let's try to match the data. So we are getting 2 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 1. So here also 2 3 4 4 5 6 6 6 7 1. So I am getting the correct data, right? This data is equal to this data. Why? Because here for double we can print up to 15 digit after decimal. So that's why I am not getting any random value here. I am not getting any random value here. I am getting the correct data for double here, right? Everyone, please write in the chat if it is clear till this point. Anyone has any doubt in this part, please write in the chat. Okay, guys, please write in the chat. Yeah, it is clear, right? Why this behavior is like, why we are getting some random value after 6 digit for float, and why we are getting the correct digit after decimal for double, right? Now the difference is clear, and here float is occupying 4 byte and double is occupying 8 byte, right? Why we write 0.10 here? Because here I want to print up to 10 digit after decimal. So if you have to specify how many digit you have to print after decimal, you have to write like this, that is percent, and after that 0 point. If you want to print 9 digit after decimal, you have to write like this, and after that LF or F. Vanshika, now it is clear. So here what will happen? After decimal, 9 digit will get printed, right? Okay, Rahul, it is up to control statement, and if we have some time left, then we will going towards the pointer and the array questions also, right? Sir, why did we write 0.10? Vanshika, now it is clear why I have written 0.9 and 0.10. Yes or no? Percent. Okay, so basically, yesterday we have discussed, right? If I have to print integer data, that is int num is equal to 10, right? Then what we are using? We are using percent %d, right? And here the name of the variable num. Similarly, if I have to print character data, I have to use %c. Similarly, if I have to print floating data, I have to write %f. If I have to print this double data, I have to write %lf. Okay. Anyone has any doubt till this point, please write in the chat. Okay. Uh-huh. Thank you. Okay, great. Clear, right? So let's move to the next topic now. 1 minute. Okay. So let's move to the control statement now, right? Yeah. Okay. So guys, what is this control statement? Anyone? What is this control statement? And why we need a control statement? Okay. Control statement here. Why we need this control statement, guys? Anyone from the audience? Anything that is coming in your mind? Okay, so guys, can you tell me what is the default behavior, like what is the default order of execution of a program? Default order of execution of a program. Okay, it is in, like, the default order of execution of a program is sequential in order. Okay, sequential in order, right? So if you will see this point here, what will happen? First, int main will get executed. Okay, like here, this is the entry point. This one, int main is my entry point. After that, it will execute the code line by line. That is, here we are having the comment, right? These are what? Comment. After that, it will go to line number 9, line number 10, line number 12, 13, 14. So what we are doing? We are executing the code. The default execution flow is what? It is sequential in order here, right? Sequential in order. So basically what we have to do, sometimes there will be a case where you have to skip a part of a code. Okay, here you have to skip a part of a code on the basis of some condition. Part of code on the basis of some condition. Okay, on the basis of some condition. Or you want to repeat a part of a code again and again. You want to repeat or execute logic or code again and again, right? Or there will be a case where you want to jump from one part to another part of a code. Okay, jump from one part to another part of a code, right? To another part. And what the program give us? It give us the sequential order. But here we have three cases, right? This is a case one, where that is, we have to skip a part of the code on the basis of some condition. Or there will be a case where we have to repeat or execute logic or code again and again. Or there will be a case where we have to jump from one part to another part of the code, right? So to tackle this kind of situation, we use control statement. Okay, so basically we have, in order to tackle case one, that is skip a part of a code, we have selection statement. Okay, and to tackle the second case, that is to repeat a part of a code or logic again and again, we have iterative statement. And to jump from one part of a code to another part of a code, we have jump statement, right? So let's try to understand this jump statement, selection statement, and iterative statement one by one, right? So let's start with the selection statement, right? Selection statement here. So basically we have three selection statement, that is if else, if else if, and we have we have nested if also, right? And we have switch case, right? Switch case. Okay, and these statements are used to skip a part of a code on the basis of some condition. So let's try to understand this if else first. Okay, if else, can you guys tell me in which scenario I can use if else in our program? Okay, कब हम लोग if else use कर सकते हैं in our program, guys? Please write in the chat. Okay, till that time I'm writing the syntax here, right? If condition, in which case I can use if else in my program? Okay, if condition, here body of if. Anyone from the audience? Else, body of else, right? If for true condition and for false else, if the first condition is false, check condition. Okay, so guys, we can use if else when we have, this is a very important point, when we have two options available. Okay, when we have two options available and we have to choose only one option among them. Okay, one option among them, then we have to go with if else if. The moment you will encounter this case in your program, you have to use if else, right? That is two options available and you have to choose one option among them. You have to use if else here, right? So what happens in if else? Basically this one. So first my program will, here it will go to this if keyword, it will check the condition here. Okay, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, then it will go inside the body of if. Okay, it will execute the body of if. After executing the body of if, it will skip the else part. Okay, else part will get skipped. This one, skip else part. So on the basis of condition, if the condition is true, it is executing the body of if and it is skipping the else part. It will not execute the code of the else part. This is the first scenario when the condition is true. What will be the next scenario? If the condition is false. Okay, if the condition is false here, then it will skip this part of the code. That is, it will skip the body of if and it will jump to the else part. It will execute the code of the else part. Okay, so the condition is true, it will execute the corresponding if. If the condition is false, it will execute the else part. Okay, this is the flow of if else. Let's try to understand this thing. Let's try to take one example here, right? So what we do, we have to create a voting machine. Okay, voting machine, and yeah, we have to create a voting machine. And what we have to check, we have to check the eligibility criteria of a person, whether the person is eligible to vote or not, eligible to vote or not, right? And here the criteria of eligibility is what? If the age is greater than equal to 18, that person is eligible to vote here, right? So either I have to print the person is eligible or he is not eligible, right? So here you can see there will be two options available, right? In this problem statement, we have two options available. That is, either the person is eligible or he is not eligible, right? So we have two options available and I have to choose only one option among them. Okay, and how I have to choose the one option among them? By seeing the condition, this condition here, right? So if this condition is true, if this condition is true, this one, right? If the age is greater than equal to 18, I have to print eligible to vote. And if the age is not greater than equal to 18, that means this condition is false. In that scenario, I have to print not eligible to vote. So you guys can see we have two options available and I have to choose only one option among them. And how I have to choose one option among them? By seeing the condition. If the condition is true, I have to perform this If the condition is false, I have to execute this part of the code. Everyone is clear till this point? Yes or no? Okay, let's try to implement that thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyone has any doubt in which scenario I can use if else? What is this if else? Okay, clear? So let's try to remove this part from here, and let's take a variable age. Now guys, if I have to sir, do we have assignment today? Yes, you have an assignment today here. So if I have to take input from the user, guys, how I can take input from the user? Please write in the chat. Those who know about C, how I can take input from the user? Till that time, 1 minute, okay? Anyone from the audience? Correct. So basically, if till now what we are doing, we are creating a variable, we are declaring a variable int age, and we are saying ki, hey, we are giving some static value to it, right? Some fixed value to it, static or fixed value to it, right? This one. But now what I want to take a input from the user, that is user is typing something and I want to store that something inside the variable part, right? So here I am getting a answer, and that answer is what? We have to use what, guys? We have to use scanf, right? We have printf. Printf is used to print something on the output screen. If I have to take input from the user, I have to use scanf. So here I have to write scanf, and after that, inside double quotes, I have to write the format. In which format I want to store the data. Okay, let's assume I have to store the integer data, that is 12, right? So here the format of integer is what? We know the format is %d here. So I will write the format, in which format I want to store the data. After that, I have to write this comma, and after that I want to write the place where I have to store this 12. Okay, this data 12. So what I will do, first I will allocate some memory inside my computer memory. And how I can do that part? With the help of a variable, that is int num. Okay, the moment I will write this line, what will happen, guys? 4 byte will get allocated. Okay, 4 byte will get allocated inside my computer memory, right? And there will be some starting address, that is 700, and this is 701, this is 702, this is 703, and this is 704 here, right? This one. Okay, after that, so here we are saying ki, hey, in which format I want to store the data. This is the first thing. The second thing, I have to tell scanf ki, hey, at what address I have to store the data, at what address I have to store this data. So here, in order to tell this thing, the address wala part, I have to use and is representing the address. Okay, address, and address of what? Address of variable num. Okay, address of variable num. So here we are saying ki, hey, from 700 you have to take 4 byte. Okay, from 700 you have to take 4 byte. Why 4 byte? Because num is of integer type, and in that 4 byte you have to store whatever input that is taken by the user in integer format, because here I have used the format as %d. Everyone is clear till this point why I am writing %d and why I am writing this and num? And means the address. Okay, so we need two things, that is the format, in which format I want to store the data, and the second thing is what? The address, at what particular address I have to save the data. And in order to save the data, I have to create a variable where I can store the data. Yeah, please write in the chat if it is clear till this point. Clear? Anyone from the audience, like those who are not able to understand anything? Okay, no one. Okay, so first what I have done, I have created a variable age, right? I've created a variable age, and this variable will do what? It will take 4 bytes inside the computer memory, right? And after that I will use scanf, right? And here I want to give the format, that is %d, and after that comma, and after that I have to write at what address I have to store the data taken by the user. Okay, so here I will write and the name of the variable, that is age, right? Print, okay, so till this point everyone is clear, and let's print the data, that is printf. And in order to print the data, again I have to specify the format, that is %d, and here let's write something, that is the age of person is this one, and here the name age, right, this one. So let's try to see what output I will get. uh, so here you can see, here it is asking for the input from the user. Let's give the input as 18. So here you can see the age of the person is 18 here, right? Everyone is clear? So I got one question from Rahul, sir print में and use क्यों नहीं करते हैं? So basically Rahul, here you can see this point, yeah, this one, right? So here what we are doing, we are taking, like, Rahul, you are here, right? Rahul is here. Rahul is typing something on the keyboard, right? And that something will get stored somewhere. Let's assume that something is stored in some storage, that is your buffer, right? And now you want to store that something to the memory location, right? You have to store that something to the memory location. So here you are saying ki, hey, %d, that means you want this data in integer format, right? And here you are saying ki, hey, where you have to store the data. This is your memory. In this memory, this 4 byte is allocated to variable age, right? In this age, you want to store the data. Let's assume 18. So first 18 will get converted to the binary format, and that binary format will get stored here, right? After that, at line number 10, what we are doing? We are saying ki, hey, the age of the person is %d, and this %d is what? This %d will be replaced by the variable data, that is age. So here, whatever data I have in binary format, I will take the data out, binary format data. I will see in which format I want the data. Here I want the data in integer format. So what I will do, I will convert the binary format data to integer format data. Like, this will be done behind the scene, and that integer format data you are getting on the output screen. So here you can see you are getting 18 on the output screen. Now it is clear, Rahul, why we have to not use and in printf. Okay, the functionality is different, right? In scanf you are taking input from the user, and in printf you have to print something on the output screen, right? Yeah. Okay. Every function except the void function returns something. That's why basically void is a return type, and that's why we use return 0. No, 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 Vanshika, no. Okay, let's first cover this control statement, then I will take one session on the function also, right? Then I will give you the clear understanding. Let's first complete this if else and all the part. Everyone is clear till this if else? Yeah, so let's move to the next control statement, and that control statement is if else if. Okay guys, can you write in the chat when I can use if else if? When I can use if else if control statement, in which scenario? Please write in the chat. Till that time I am writing the syntax, right? So here I have to write if condition 1, and after that there will the body of, let's assume if 1, else if condition 2, body of if 2, else if condition 3. Okay, and we have like this, body of if 3, and like this we have multiple else if block, and at the end we have else part, right? Body of else, right? Like this. Yeah. Okay, this one. Great. So when you have many conditions to choose from, okay. So guys, when when I have more than two options available, that is more than two options available, okay, and from this more than two options available, I have to choose only one option among them, then I will use if else if. When I have just two options available, I have to choose only one option among them, I will go with if else. When I have more than two options available and I have to choose one option among them, I will go with if else if. Right, everyone? After that, what happens here? So here you can see we have if else if ladder here, right? That is multiple conditions, multiple if conditions here, right? So what happens? Like the condition of if will get checked in a sequential order. That is, first if will get checked, okay. First if condition will get checked. If the condition is true, the corresponding if block will get executed, and after executing the corresponding if block, we will skip the remaining else if ladder, okay. So here the key point is what? Key point is what? The moment condition of if is true, that particular if block will get executed. That particular if block body will get executed, and after that the remaining else if ladder will be skipped, right? Will be skipped here. So that means here you can say if this condition 1 is true, we will execute the body of if 1. After that, we will skip the remaining part. Okay, and let's assume the first if block is not true. The first if block is not true. In that scenario, we will move to the next else if part. We will check the condition again. If the condition is false, again we will move to the next else if block, and again the condition will be checked. And let's assume here the condition is true. The moment the condition is true, we will execute the body of that corresponding if block, and after that we will skip the remaining else if ladder. Right, everyone? Yeah, clear? What is the difference between else and else if? So basically, if you have to put, Vanshika, if you have to put, let's assume you have three options, okay, three options, and you have to choose only one option, okay. That is, let's assume you have, okay, let's assume negative number is a bad number, okay, and let's assume 0 is a neutral number, and let's assume positive numbers is a good number, right? This program here. So here first thing is what? We have more than two options available, so we can do what? We can use if else if here, because here we have more than two options available and I have to choose one option among them, right? So what I will do, I have to write a check, right? I have to write a check. So what I will do, I will first write a check, that is if number is greater than 0. That number is what? That number is a positive number. So what I will do, I will printf good number here, right? In the else if part, again I have to write a check. That is, hey, if the number is less than 0, then in that case I will printf the number is a bad number, right? And in the else part, like whatever thing is remaining, that thing I will write in the else part. That is printf, okay, neutral number, okay. So here, since we have three scenario, either the number will be positive, either the number will be negative, or the number will be 0. So if I am tackling the first part, that is the positive number and the negative number, then I know the remaining part is what? The neutral number. So there is no need to write a check again like this. Num is equal to 0. You can write, this part is also correct. Okay, you can write like this, but you know you have tackled the positive number wala part, you have tackled the negative number wala part, and now you have to tackle the neutral part. So you can either write like this, that is else if the number is equal to 0, or you can write like this. Okay, like this one. Everyone is getting the point? Yes or no? When, like, what is this else now? And yeah, this else part is optional, right? According to the question demand, you can write else or you can skip this else part. Vanshika is saying ki, hey, but people use else if even with two condition only. Vanshika, you can do that part, but it is not a good practice. Okay, tell me what is the, like, let's assume you have a number and you have to check whether the number is positive. Let's assume, yeah, you have to check this one, whether the number is even or odd. Okay, whether the number is even or odd, let's assume. So you are saying ki, hey, if number, you have written some condition for even number. Okay, you have written some condition for even number, and if this condition is true, you are saying ki, hey, the number is even, right? And after that, if you are using else if like this, okay, else if, and again you have to write the condition why you are doing the extra work for odd. Why you are doing the extra work for odd? You know, you have you have take care of this condition, that is the even number. So if the number is even, then this condition will get executed, then there is no need to do the extra work, there is no need to do the extra condition check. Okay, so that's why I told you this point कि, hey, if we have only two options available, just two options available, go with if else. If we have more than two options available, go with if else if. Vanshika, now it is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if anyone has any other doubt. If there is two condition, if and else is enough. If more than, correct. Divya is correct. Yeah. This is what is the difference between, okay. Now, any other doubt, guys? Please write in the chat. Yeah. So basically, you are here and you have to tell the computer. Okay, you have to tell the computer ki, hey computer, I have to perform some task. Okay, that is either I have to execute this part of a code or I have to execute this part of a code. So my computer is saying ki, okay, I know about if else. Okay, I know about if else. So if you can use this power of if else and you can tackle this part, right? You are telling the computer everything, right? What to do and what not to do. Okay. Can you give some explanation of if else if again? Okay, Amrint. Let's try to create a, okay, let's try to take a real life example. Okay. So basically, guys, all of you have seen ATM machine. Okay. Yes or no? ATM machine. So in the ATM machine, you have how many options? Like if it is a very simple ATM machine, you have option one, right? Option one, that is to add amount to the current balance, right? Add amount to current balance, right? So this is option number one. Option number two is what? You can add, or this is credit, right? Credit, or you can debit the amount from the current balance. Debit amount from current balance here, right? And you have option three, that is what you can do, you can print, like if it is not option one, if it is not option two, then you can print ki, hey, invalid option, right? Invalid option. So here, guys, okay, so this is a problem statement, that is we have to create a ATM machine now, right? So basically what we do in ATM machine, let's assume we have a bank. This is my bank account, and in that bank account we have, let's assume, 2000 rupees in my bank account, right? So if I am choosing option number one, then what I can do, let's assume I am taking input from the user. Let's assume I have to add 5000 rupees. So what I will do, I will take this amount, I will add this amount to the current balance, and after that I have to update the current balance. That is 5000 rupees plus 2000 rupees, it should be 7000 rupees. This will be the first case. The second case will be what? Okay, yeah, the second case will be what? Option number two, that is you have to subtract or debit the amount from the current balance. So in this case, here again you have two options, right? Let's assume you have only 2000 rupees in the bank account and you want to debit 5000 rupees, right? In this scenario, when the amount you have entered is greater than the current balance, okay, the amount you have entered is greater than the current balance, in that scenario you have to print insufficient fund, right? Insufficient fund on the output screen, right? And if this is not a scenario, if this scenario is not there, then that means the amount you have entered is less than the current balance. So what you will do, you will subtract the amount from the current balance, amount entered, right? Amount entered, right? Yes, Alfaya, like when we are discussing about switch case, then I will tell you what is the difference between if else if and switch case. Okay. Yeah, you can do this part with the help of switch case also. Okay. But the problem statement is clear, guys. Anyone has any doubt in the problem statement, please write in the chat. Okay. Anyone from the audience? So this is a high level view of ATM machine. What we have to do in the ATM machine. So guys, here you can see this part, this part. Okay, so let's try to see like how I can write a code. So here you can see how many options I have more than two options available. So the moment I got to know ki yes, I have more than two options available, I have to choose only one option among them, I will use if else if here, right? If else if here, simple. I will tackle this part with the help of if else if. After that, I have one more part here. Again, I have two options. This time, I have just two options available and I have to choose only one option among them. Then I will use if else to tackle this situation, right? After that, I know how to take input from the user. I know how to do addition. I know how to do the subtraction, right? Everyone is clear? So let's try to implement the code and let's try to see, yeah, this one, right? So what I will do, uh, this one. So let's take a variable that is current balance, right? Okay, give me 1 minute. So enter current balance here, right? And let's take the current balance as 2000 rupees. After that, what I will do, I will print a message for the user, that is, hey printf, please select one to credit, two to debit, right? This one. So here, after that, I will take a variable int options to store the data taken by the user. Okay, that is int option here. So I have created one variable of integer type. After that, I will use scanf to take the data from the user. Okay, to take the either one, two, or anything from the user. So here I will write %d because I want the data in integer format and I have to store the data. So here I am storing the data inside the variable option. So I have to write and option, that is address of option, where I have to put the data. After that, after taking the input from the user, that input will get stored inside the variable option. After that, I will write the cases. that is if option is equal to 1, right? If option is equal to 1, that means I have to add. So here I will write a message, and let's use a slash n to move to the next line, right? Yeah. So printf, and here I will write, hey, enter amount you want to credit, right? Like this, and again slash n, right? So after taking the, okay, after printing this message, what I will do, I will create a variable to store the data taken by the user, that is the amount data. And after that I will use scanf, okay, and %d, because I want the amount in integer format, and I want to store that amount in the amount variable, that is and amount, right? And after that I will get the amount that is stored inside the variable amount, right? And after that, what I will do, I have the current balance, that is this current balance, right? And to this current balance I will add the amount, right? That is entered by the user. And after that, whatever result I will get, I will update the current balance here, right? So here what I will do, current balance here, right? This one. And I am done with the first part, that is the addition part, right? Now I have to tackle the debit part, that is else if option is equal to 2, right? So for option is equal to 2, let's copy this part, okay, again, and paste it here. And here enter amount you want to debit, right? That is this one. And after that I will create a variable, and I will store the data in that variable, right? And after that, here I have to tackle that part, that is amount is greater than the current balance or the amount is less than the current balance. Okay, if my amount that is entered is greater than the current balance, okay, current balance, then what I will do, I will write a message, that is, hey, printf insufficient fund here, right? Insufficient fund, right? And after that, slash n. In the else part I will write, okay, in the else part I will write what, current balance, okay, current balance minus the amount user has entered, right? And whatever result I will get, I will store that result again in the current balance, okay? Yeah, yes or no? So here you can see we have just two options. Either the amount will be greater than the current balance or it will be less than equal to the current balance, right? So here there is no need to write else if again, right? Because I have already taken care of one option. So the else part will take care of the second option. So it is a good practice ki, hey, if you have two options, one option to choose, go with if else. More than two options, one option to choose, go with if else, right? And after that, after tackling the else if part, we will move to the else part. That is, if the user has not entered 1 and 2, that means the user has entered some other digit apart from 1 and 2. In that situation, I will write a message ki, hey, invalid option, right? Invalid option. And in the end, after if else if ladder, what I will write, I will print a message, that is printf the current balance, okay. And here I have to print the balance, right? So current balance here, right? This one. So I'm done with the code. Anyone has any doubt in this code, please write in the chat, okay? Anyone has any doubt in this code, please write in the chat. Sir, how can we upload our assignment? Option spelling is wrong. Option, okay, thank you. Okay, Surya, I will tell you that part. Okay, after this session, I will tell you this part, how you can upload the assignment. Anything else, guys? Yeah, so shall we run the code? Yeah, so let's see. Run the code is okay. So here you can see we are getting a message, that is, please select one to credit, 2 to debit, right? So let's first add something, right? That is 1, and here it is asking for the amount you want to credit, right? Sir, वो सब variable, so okay, so enter the amount you want to credit. Let's assume I have to add 3000 rupees, right? So here I'm not getting the correct answer, right? Current balance. Why? What I have done wrong? Okay, dash. Uh, 1 minute, guys. Let me see what I have done wrong here. That is, if part I am tackling, and after that, okay, we are tackling the else if part, and after that we are tackling the else part also. Then the current balance. Okay, okay. So here I have to write percent d. Okay, I have missed this percent d here, right? So let us run the code again, right? Yeah, this one. So this one. So this time let's try to take 1, okay, for addition. And here you can see enter amount you want to credit, that is 3000 rupees. And after that, here you can see we are getting 5000 rupees on the output screen, right? So let's run the code again, and this time let's try to debit the amount, that is enter the amount you want to debit. Let's try to write 7000 rupees. I want to debit 7000 rupees, but the initial amount is what, 2000 rupees, right? So here you can see we are getting insufficient fund, and there is no deduction in the current balance, right? And yeah, let's try to run the program again. Let's try to take 2, right, to debit, and let's try to enter 1000 rupees, that is less than 2000 rupees. So here you can see 1000 rupees is debited, and now the current balance is what, 1000 rupees, right? And let's try to run the code again, and let's try to take 10 here, right? 10 here, and here you can see we are getting invalid option printed on the output screen, right? Everyone is clear? Anyone has any doubt in the if else and in the if else if part? And you can see, guys, this here, right? This in the, like, this is the if else part, right? And in this else if part we have one more if else, right? So inside if you have one more if else if, and this kind of scenario is called nested if. Okay, this kind of scenario is called nested if, right? Everyone, you got the idea of when to use if else, when to use if else if, and when to use nested if, right? Everyone, सर वो सब वेरिएबल को साथ लिख के भी तो कर सकते हैं ना? लाइक राहुल, क्या हम लोग वेरिएबल को साथ लिख के कर सकते हैं? आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट योर पॉइंट. आप बोल रहे हो कि हम लोग बिना इफ एल्स के काम कर सकते हैं? ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? उससे ज्यादा लंबा नहीं. या सो ओके, राहुल, now you are able to get the point. If you have any doubt, please write in the chat again, like I'm not able to get your question. Okay, this is the ATM machine project, and so this is all for today's session, guys. We are left with switch case, right? So we will be discussing about the switch case, and after that we will be discussing about the loops, what all loops we have with the help of a project. Okay, and after that I will take there are confusion in the function part, so I will take 30 minutes to explain this function in the next session. Okay, next to next session. Okay, everyone, it is already 9 o'clock, right? Yeah, can you tell us what is assignment? Yeah, I'm going to the assignment all part itself. Rahul is having one doubt, int amount balance, like that, sir. Okay, int amount balance, int amount balance. Yeah, you can do that part also. Yeah, yes, Rahul. Okay, everyone is clear now? Yeah. So let's move to the assignment and all. So If you have any doubt apart from this, please write in the chat. Okay, so here you can see we have the link, right? Different links. In order to mark the attendance, you have to go to this link. Okay, open this link. Here you have to enroll, like you have to sign in with the help of Google. Okay, and let's do this part, that is this one, right? After that, here, remove this one, right? So here you can see the assignment option, this one, not assignment, the mark attendance option, right? Click on this link, that is mark attendance button. Give the rating if you are understanding something new, if you are getting, if your concept is getting cleared. Okay, so you can give the rating here. If you are interested in a 6-month Let's Upgrade full stack program or our data science program, you can click yes or no here. And after that, here we have the suggestions, any improvement you want to suggest about the session, about myself, about the instructor, or about this bootcamp, what all thing we have to include. You can either select from this drop down or you can write in the comment. Okay, after that you have to submit the assignment, and this will be done. And after submitting the assignment, let's go to the assignment wala part, right? So here, yeah. So guys, I am not getting the assignment link here, but you all guys will get the assignment link. That is down this mark attendance, or here you can see the like the assignment link here. Okay, so you will get a question. What you have to do is like you have to take that question, solve that question on any ID or any online compiler. You have to upload that solution on the GitHub. Okay, and after that you have to share the GitHub link to us. Okay, and here you will get the option to submit the GitHub link. And those who are not having the good understanding of GitHub, then what you have to do is like you have to go to GitHub. You have to create a simple account on GitHub, and like you can learn that part, right? So here you have to write like let's assume GitHub uh, add file, right? Like this. So here you can see adding a file to a repository. Okay, on GitHub, navigate to this main page. So here you are like you will be able to see a lot of tutorials and lot of this blocks. Okay, and here you can see like you go through these blocks, and you will be able to get the steps how to upload a file from your local system to the GitHub, right? And how to share the file. Try to explore that part by your own, right? So the more you will explore, the more you will do the hustle, the more you will be able to get the idea clear, right? Yeah. So this you have to do. And after that, yeah, this will be the assignment part, attendance part, and about the certificate. You have to mark the attendance on time. Then only you will get the certificate, and your attendance should be more than 50%, right? And here you can see we are having a new course, that is Java plus DSA with placement guarantee, and this course is under 6,000 rupees. So it is a very good course because we are giving you the both, like you are going through the whole in-depth knowledge on the Java, plus you are building the problem solving skills, right? So in order to enroll to this course, open this link, that is enroll now here, right? And here you can see what all we are having in this Java interview accelerator program, right? So there will be learn complete Java programming with DSA in 3 months. Okay, you have a 3-month proper DSA session where we are going to learn about all the different type of data structure, that is our array, queue, linked list, stack, tree, graph, okay, priority queue, everything. And after learning about this data structure, we will be solving some questions related to the data structure that are frequently asked in the interview. Okay, and after that, we are exploring different online platform, okay, online coding platform, and we will be trying to build up like you can say we will be trying to build up problem solving skills, how to approach a particular questions. Okay, and what to think when a particular question is in front of us, what to think, in what way to achieve the solution there, right? Okay, because the DSA is huge. Okay, so we will be going to by step. Okay, and you will get the clear understanding of each and everything in this 3-month Java programming. Okay, and after that, here you can see the USP, that is you are having this many problem statement to solve, that is 100%, 100 plus, get placed in 180 days of successful program completion, or get 100% fee refund. So here this is the main USP of our program ki yes, if you are learning everything, okay, if you are doing your hard work, you will get placed. This is the first scenario. If somehow, like by any chance, if you are not getting placed from our side, okay, you will get the fee refunded, and that will be 100%. So your money will be in your safe hand, okay. And the fees is also very less. Here you can see 6,000 rupees, where you are getting the Java plus DSA plus problem solving skills plus interview bit, like interview related question, plus the money refunded guarantee here, right? And this is a link to enroll, and here you can see who all got placed from our Let's Upgrade portal, who have taken this program, that is having 10 LPA to 8 LPA, okay. Here you can see Panita, right, and Kiran, right. So they are people who got placed from our side. And yeah, you can see we are getting the certificate also of data structure algorithm, right. And that certificate is affiliated with this partnership with this NSDC and ITM group of institution, right. And here you will see what all we are going to learn, that is oops concept, in depth understanding of oops concept, JDBC, right. SQL database, what all query to, like there are specific query, that is 20 to 30 queries that are mostly asked in the interview, that we will cover in this SQL session, right. DSA session, and after that IntelliJ ID, on the IntelliJ ID we are doing that part, and we are having the Java also, right. And apart from that, what do you get from this program? You will get the complete understanding of Java and DSA. And here you can see the session will be 100% live. If you have any doubt, you can conduct a one-to-one doubt session from your mentor. If you have any other doubt related to the career guidance or anything else, you can again conduct a mentorship session to understand what to do, what to take a next step in your career, okay. So all these things we are providing. And here you can see who all are trainer of our program, right, that is having more than 5 to 7 years of experience here, right. So this is the way, and here you can download the syllabus to get the good understanding of what we are doing in this program here, right. So this is the first part. And apart from that, here you can see we are having two more program that is going on, that is our full stack web development program and our data science program. If you want a better resume, if you want to strengthen your resume, if you want a industry level project exposure, okay, you can enroll in our full stack web development program. In this full stack web development program, we have the front end side that we will be covering through React.js, okay. Here you can see React.js, and the backend part we are doing in Node.js and Express.js, okay. The database we are using here is MongoDB, right. And apart from that, here you can see HTML, CSS and JavaScript to build the base, right. And there will be DSA module also, where you will get the proper DSA session. You will be learning of all the data structures, okay, using C++, okay. Yeah. So this will be the thing that you are going to learn. And here you can see what all project we are going to build. And apart from that, here you can download the brochure and curriculum and who all are trainer of our program, okay. Similarly, you have a link for the data science also. You can explore to this link. You have to click on this link. You have to see the USP, right. You can see the USP, that is our session will be 100% live. There will be 100% placement assistance from our side, okay. Recorded session project will be there, rating on our Google, okay. And enroll link to in order to enroll. And here you can see the eligibility criteria or the fees or the duration of the program, right. And who all got placed from this full stack data science or web development program, right. And apart from that, here you can see what all we are going to learn in this data science program also, right. That is we are going to create a Spotify music recommendation, right. We are going to create a face recognition, identifying individual from their facial feature, right. Gesture recognition and Twitter sentimental analysis. And apart from that, there are a lot of different project modes you can get that whole syllabus from this link. You can download the link, and here you can see like the trainer. Okay, so who are going to take your data science program and your data this data science program and your web development program, both will be having data structure classes also, right, to build the problem solving skills. So these all program are currently going on, and if you want some discount, you can use this link. You can go to this link, and from here you can refer to your friends and your batchmate this program, and you will get these prices listed here, right? So here you can see the amount, and here you can see how many referrals you have to give in order to get these prices, and here you can see the copy referral link, right? Yeah. Sir, is there any there timeline submission? Yeah, you have to submit the assignment on time, okay? Not more than 2 days, right? Yeah. Is there switch case topic available in this bootcamp? Rahul, we will be covering about the switch case topic in detail in the next session, and I will tell you the difference between if else if, when to use if else if, and when to use switch case. Okay, and what is the behavior of switch case in the next session, right? After that, okay. No other doubt, guys? Everyone is clear with the today's session and about the program that we are conducting? Anything you have, please write in the chat. Okay. No one? Great. So guys, this is all for our side for today's session, and yeah, try to submit the assignment as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone, thank you for attending this session. In the tomorrow session we will be discussing about the switch case and how to dry run the code. Okay, like why dry run is important, and how to see what logic you have to implement, and how to figure it out what mistake you are doing in your code. Okay, that we are going to learn with the help of the iterative statement and with the help of the dry run code. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
If you have liked this Essentials program, which is giving you a confidence that you can become a developer, this is just a starting. You can enjoy this learning for at least next 6 months and also become a full stack web developer or a full stack data science person and crack a job end of the day. If you are interested for that program, just go check out LetsUpgrade's full stack program right now from the website. What are the key features of LetsUpgrade's full stack program? 3 key features of LetsUpgrade full stack program. Number 1, you get to learn everything live by an expert coming in from an industry. So this expert is working as a day job, and sham ke time, evening time, this guy is going to teach you in your classes. This cohort is going to be of only 20 students at the max. So lots of focus is there on you to make you an industry ready developer, and you can get jobs in 150 plus partner companies that we have got, that LetsUpgrade has got, NPCI, Red Plus and various other companies. Now talking about the second feature, you get to build 15 plus projects. These 15 projects will help you get the confidence that you can be the top-notch developer at any company. Let it be the bank companies or the manga companies, or let it be any tier 2 or a service-based or a product-based companies. Third and the last feature, we have an amazing job board where on a day-to-day basis we get 10 to 20 job descriptions, JDs, job applications being uploaded by companies directly. You can go ahead and check out those all jobs, apply, and we will go and get you prepared for that interview. So this is the 3 things, 3 big USPs of LetsUpgrade's full stack program. Go join right now. You can avail a 20% straight discount. The price of this program is 36,600, but you can get this program for 29,600 right now. Go check it out, and let's meet in your batch 1, which is happening this Saturday. Bye bye, take care, have a nice day.